My name is Kenesha Atkins, and this is my grandmother, Jeanette Younger. Growing up, she watched me and I actually thought she was my mom. Unfortunately, she became sick and could no longer watch me anymore, and she ended up passing away from her disease. This left a huge hole in our family as she was the heart of everything that we did, and she was full of such love and grace. Her death impacted my life because it gave me the purpose and the passion for what I wanted to do in my career. Because of my loss of my grandmother, I decided that I wanted to become a doctor. Learning that she passed away from cancer made me take interest in the research field because I wanted to learn more about the disease. And I didn't want to wait until I had gone to medical school and got my MD in training. So in undergrad, I joined the University of Maryland School of Medicine Tumor Immunotherapy research team. Here I learned so much about cancer and how complex it is. Tumor immunotherapy takes the T cells out of the patient and genetically engineers them to target their specific tumor cells. A couple years after joining the research team, I lost my aunt, Antoinette Ramey. This took our family by surprise. She was a young 50-year-old, very vibrant, very full of life, and yet 3 years after being diagnosed with ovarian cancer, she lost her life and her battle. Now that I was older, I was able to see the decline in my aunt's physical health and her mental health. I saw a lot of the struggles that she went through by being diagnosed with cancer. And after the doctor told her that her cancer was terminal, she still faced financial struggles and was forced to go to work to provide some type of income to cover her treatment. Unfortunately, I heard her tell my mother for her not to pay her debt once she passes away. To see my aunt struggle with her health and her financial liabilities and the problems that she had financially, that she had to deal with financially, was very off-putting to me and was something that I didn't want anyone else to experience while they're going through this process. In the U.S., African Americans have the highest death rate and the lowest survival rate of any racial or ethnic group for most cancers. This was published in 2019 from the American Cancer Society. African Americans face many barriers that hinder them from gaining quality health care. Physical barriers, as because they have lower socioeconomic status, they do not have access to medical care. And mental barriers, as in fear of being diagnosed with cancer, denial that they don't have this disease, and even embarrassment. My aunt was embarrassed to tell people that she had cancer. It was something that she felt like she shouldn't have gotten at such a young age. And she didn't want anyone to know. And unfortunately, my uncle had to tell people at the funeral exactly how she passed away. Research has shown that in the African American community, that the church has a vital role in the people who seek medical advice. It's been shown that the congregation would listen more to their pastor on medical advice than their own physician. I had the pleasure of volunteering at multiple churches' cancer support ministries and eventually leading them. And I learned so much from cancer patients outside of the hospital of their challenges and the problems they face while getting cancer treatment or just living with cancer and being afraid. And it was amazing the vulnerability that people shared with me that you wouldn't hear in the doctor's office. In addition to volunteering at the cancer support ministries at the churches, I also decided to take it upon myself to reach out to the African Americans that do not go to church. So I use my social media as a platform to share information because I know that fear can be combated by educating people about this disease so it's not as scary and that they have some working knowledge to go on. I am excited to announce that I recently became a member of the Maryland Cancer Collaborative. By partnering up with this program that's from the from the Maryland state government, they actually have a cancer control plan that's being made to reduce the cancer rates within Maryland. By becoming a member, I have access to a lot of their information as far as cancer treatment, prevention, that I can share on my social media platform as well. And being in contact with these amazing people, I also will have the privilege of making suggestions and reviewing the cancer plan that they plan to make for the state of Maryland for 2024. I plan to bring my background knowledge and to make sure that African Americans are going to be addressed and cared for in a way that I've seen over the years. My dream in the coming years is to open up a hospital that will treat individuals with cancer from the underserved population and treat them free of cost, following the St. Jude strategy and method where the patient will not be billed for their treatment. Because in the end, African Americans should not die more than any other racial group. Thank you.